Welcome to Vintage Variety. Come along with me today and let's go antiquing. Get a load of the cute purse. I'm pretty sure someone's added the floral to the front of it, but I like the way it looks. This is kind of neat. And here we have a vintage photo. It looks like someone's baby. How cute is that? I really like the teapot. I'm not going to pick it up today, but I certainly can admire it. I can't make out what the mark is on the bottom of it. But not bad. This is a really nice vintage item. Lots of dishes. Love the bowls. Get a load of that. A coffee can. Jadeite ware. I always think those pieces are really nice. I have spotted some costume jewelry and I'm going to try to show you guys some of the prices, mainly because I have had requests in previous content that I show a little bit more of the pricing on some of these pieces. This one they're asking $25. I believe that is vintage Japan. So most of the necklaces that you see on that rack, that is the price range between $20 and $25. And as a collector, I'm not going to pay that amount. I just don't feel that those particular pieces are worth it. But they do have some really nice pieces over here. We're going to look through them and see the different prices on them. This is really nice. This is a Russian brooch. I have quite a few of those in my collection. I think that you can still get those if you travel. I think they still sell them as souvenir pieces, but some of them are vintage. This is absolutely beautiful, and I'm probably going to pick it up today. So just showing you some of the prices as we go along. If I feel like an item is overpriced, I will certainly mention it. This is something I have been wanting for a very long time, a cast iron waffle iron, but this is way out of my price range. It's certainly worth it. It's in excellent condition, but it doesn't fit in my budget. So let's move on through the store and see what else we can find. Look at this beautiful fireplace screen. That is really nice. They also have some vintage clothing over here. I love these two houndstooth jackets. Really like that. This is very classy. It would even look relevant today. So just have a quick walk through some more vintage necklaces. And once again, I'll go ahead and tell you all of these are priced between $20 and $25. Would I pay that amount? No. I feel like these are just a little overpriced. I want to be clear, guys, I am not knocking these vendors on their prices. I know they have probably a really expensive overhead to rent a booth in this antique shop, so they have to list items to make money. I really like this. This is neat. I'm going to see if I can get it opened up so you guys can look at the inside of it. Here's a look at the inside. It has this blue velvet. Speaking of blue, I have spotted this beautiful little blue flow dish. A few more pieces of costume jewelry. These are all bracelets and they are modern. Some vintage purses. This one is really neat. I'm wondering if someone added that to the purse. And some more. The one in front is nice, but I think that's a modern reproduction. And then we have some nice vintage beaded bags here. This one's got a really bad stain in it, but they're still quite pretty to look at. Over here, there is a collection of uranium glass. Love this. I would love to have one of these. I seriously doubt that this one works. It's $200. I did look at the tag and it said as is. They have some cameos in this case, and the ponytail girl in the back, which is probably 1970s, they're asking $30 for that one. Some more items, micro mosaic, some vintage earrings, lots of really nice vintage rhinestone necklaces. Give you guys a really good look at these items and let you see some of the prices. Some of the prices are spot on for these items, and some of them are maybe $1 or $2 more than I would pay if I were purchasing them for myself. These are really nice and they're enameled. Really like them. That about does it for this antique store tour today, and I'll show you guys what I did end up purchasing at the end of the content. As has been the norm lately, this is a small haul, but I did find some good pieces at that antique store. I found these pieces, a couple of them are signed. They're very collectible in my opinion, and I felt like they were reasonably priced. So let's get started and I'll show you these pieces and I'll talk a little bit about why I chose to purchase them. So let me see which piece I want to show you guys today. I think it's going to be this one. You guys did see me pick this up during the video earlier on, and I talked about how this was one that I would probably end up purchasing. I really like this. It is a Maltese cross, and what really caught my eye on this is it is black on black, so it has a real monochromatic look to it. The stones that you see in this, these are black glass rhinestones, and they're set on a large piece of filigree, like a filigree stamping. And you'll see filigree work in a lot of vintage jewelry. I know Haskell used it, a lot of the Czech designers used it, and I thought it was really neat. I have ran across pieces of jewelry with the painted or colored filigree work, but not that often. Usually the filigree is going to be either a silver tone or a gold tone. So that was one thing that really caught my eye about this piece. It is not signed, but I thought this was a great piece. This would look great worn as either a brooch or a pendant, maybe attach it to some gold chains, or wouldn't this look really great attached to some black glass beads and worn that way? So this is one that I'm not sure if I will resell. I'm trying not to increase the size of my collection of vintage and antique jewelry, but what I may do with this one is I may decide to keep this in my collection and downsize and get rid of a couple of more pieces in its place. Here is a look at this brooch on the form, and I wanted to show you guys, or at least give you an idea of how I would wear this. Here I have combined it with some black glass beads. Now this could be worn centered or it could be worn to the side, and I really like the look of wearing this to the side, looped through the beads. I think this would look really pretty worn with multiple strands. I really like this monochromatic look of black on black. You could also wear this with some gold chains, some gold beads, or even some pearls. But I really like this look the best. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I also decided to go ahead and pick up this mother of pearl bangle. They had it at a pretty decent price in one of the booths there. And this is not something that is really rare. I run across these every so often in thrift stores, antique stores, and I've even found a couple in jewelry bags, but I think they're absolutely beautiful. They are vintage, and I'm kind of a sucker for mother of pearl. I think mother of pearl jewelry is beautiful. I own a few pieces, and I already own a few of these bangles like this. I like to wear them grouped together, like 2 or 3 bangles, especially if they're in different sizes and widths. This would also look great styled with some silver bangles or some gold bangles. So I thought that was a really good find and decided to go ahead and pick it up. Next up, I wanted to show you guys this. This is vintage, and this is also check. And again, love vintage jewelry, love check jewelry. There's not much that I don't like when it comes to jewelry. Earlier, when I showed the first brooch, I did mention pieces that were made with filigree. So this one was done in a black filigree, but the most common colors, as I've already said, were silver tone and gold tone, and this is a great example of this. I mentioned check jewelry, some of the pieces Haskell did, but there were also pieces made in Western Germany and Austria, and this brooch is actually marked. It is Austria. Hopefully that's coming in clear for you guys. Just in case, I'll probably insert a blown up screenshot so you guys can see the marking on it. This is a great piece to find because these pieces like this are very collectible. Look at the workmanship on this brooch. It has these beautiful faceted glass green stones, and you can just see the back of it, how beautifully made this piece was. It also has the tassel detail at the bottom. This would look wonderful worn as a brooch, but imagine how pretty this would look just attached to some, like maybe some glass green beads or even some pearls. So I thought this was a really great find. I love this type of jewelry. And anytime you run across these pieces, definitely pick them up because they are certainly worth collecting. The last item that I decided to purchase today was this beautiful silver tone necklace. And this was in the first jewelry booth that we went to. And it was just kind of laying around there. And when I noticed it, I thought it was pretty. And then I looked closely at it. And this one is a Monet necklace. I did look through the Monet book because I thought, maybe this is a book piece. I always like to check that. I didn't see this in the book, but isn't this lovely? And this was a pretty decent price, and I'm not sure why. They had such a high price on some of the cheap beaded pieces, but this one was, I think I paid about $10 for it. So that's a really good deal on this necklace. It is vintage. Monet jewelry is very collectible. I have quite a few pieces in my own personal collection, mostly gold tone pieces, not as many silver tone pieces. I am very tempted to keep this one in my collection. I'm not sure if I will or not, but I think this is absolutely beautiful, and I wouldn't even layer this if I wore it. I think that this would look great just as a standalone piece, and I will show you an example of that on the form. Here is a look at this necklace on the form, and as I've already mentioned, this is a really nice statement piece. It really wouldn't need to be layered. Of course, you could layer it. It would look really good layered with some long silver chains. Or if you were wearing this, let's say on a white blouse, it would look really good layered with some black beads. I just really like the construction of this. I like the style of it. We all know that Monet made some really beautiful jewelry. A lot of their jewelry looks like fine jewelry to me. I'm going to show you the back of this. It is adjustable. It has a hook closure. Just a really elegant piece of jewelry. I hope you guys enjoyed going antiquing with me today. Let me know in the comments, out of the pieces I chose, which ones were your favorites. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to share these items with me. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on more content about collecting vintage and antique items. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.